Welcome once again to the ESPN of Sci-Fi, your entertainment science fiction programming network, TheAquaPhi. Bonjour, buenos dias, zao shanghao, zao an, ohayo gozaimasu. And this time we're talking about the Matrix. Not the just new Matrix, but the older Matrix and matrices, the older matrices, right? And we're comparing that. Well, we're not making any comparison, but I'm going to go out and say, because we are the ESPN of Sci-Fi, so I can, that Matrix takes Terminator and adds computer technology in Terminator. Basically, that's what you're seeing in the Matrix. So in Terminator, you don't think computer technology, right? You think strictly machines. Machines are taking over, and you see the machines coming from another time period, right? Looking for John Connor because he's the only one that can stop them. So you have that one person embodiment with a crew, with that one person is that person. And so you kind of see that in the Matrix with Neo. Neo is the one, and then he has his backup crew that helps him. And so that same thinking, right, in the Matrix from the Terminator, but in the Terminator, strictly all machines. You don't see the computer aspect of things, whereas in the Matrix, it is about the computer programming, the architect, and all parts of computers, and every character is a computer symbol. But the destruction of Zion in the Matrix has nothing to do with the Zionists. Like, the Zionists are not using too much resources. But the destruction of Zion in the Matrix is the machines. The machines are coming to destroy Zion. And so it goes the same in the Terminator. The machines are coming to destroy, take over from humans, right? Get rid of the only person, John Connor, that's able to stop them in the machines. So Neo and company in the Matrix foiled the plans of the architect, who wanted, like we talked about in previous podcasts. If you missed that podcast, go back and listen to it. Start all over, because the inevitability of every mindset is that things come to an end, because that's all we know, right? So if you're, I think in sci-fi, let's know more than what we know. This start all over concept, let's know more than that. Let's know more, like continuing. Right? It doesn't have to end and start all over. It can continue. Of course, Neo spoiled that the architect's plan of starting all over, and it's continuing in the Terminator. Terminator, sort of that same machine concept in I Am Robot. In I Am Robot, there is a ghost in the programming, and the ghost in the programming makes robots have their own intellect, have feelings, because there's that ghost in the programming. So once we make robots that are moving and all, the ghost in the robot will make them have feelings and sense and intelligence and thinking. That it was interesting. It was very, very appealing. I really liked it. So that ghost in the programming is different from the Terminator, where there's a mainframe thinking. Well, not different, because there's still that mainframe thinking machine, computer, that wants to control all machines to overwhelm the world and make it a machine world. And that's the same in in Terminator, brought to you again in Matrix, where machines are destroying Zion and other computer networks living on, right, Mr. Anderson? But Mr. Anderson was able to foil that plot. So a concept that's continual in most science fiction, well, not most science fiction, but science fiction having to do with robots and computer networks and computer programming, is this concept of taking over by the computers, taking over by the machines. If we didn't think it, it wouldn't show in our science fiction. So at the same rate, we want more, faster, bigger, stronger, smaller, stronger networks and computers and cell phones, the same way we become afraid. So it has to do with our fear, right? Ever since technology is developing and becoming more now, things are getting worse, and we have no time. Of course, technology was supposed to make things better, and that's the idea in I Am Robot. You have the robot; he's cutting the tomatoes for you, and you don't have to cut tomatoes yourself because the robot can cook and clean, and now you have. But and so that was supposed to have been the concept, right? Now that you're not washing by hand because you have a computer panel washer, press the button, computer makes it wash and dry. Now you have more time to relax. Of course, people coming up with less time than before. And so now, because we come up with less time with things that said to us that our life was going to be better, and we see that that's not happening. And so we're saying that those machines are going to take us over. They're not really doing, and that's for us what they said that they were going to do for us. And that's the concept in I Am a Robot. Also, the same concept, if you go deep enough and look at it, same concept in Terminator. And then, in a way, the same with Neo, right? In the world of Mr. Anderson, who works in computers, he has to get into that computer world in order to prevent the programming and networks in the architect from destroying Zion. We today have to find a way to stop this computers, cell phones from taking over our world, and we can go back to being normal humans. Or maybe we just need to learn how to use it more efficiently and have more, let's say, discipline, right? Yeah, you don't have to be on there because it runs 24 hours. Doesn't mean you have to be on there 24 hours a day. You don't, well, yeah, but I mean, I would say after you go on the AquaPhi and follow me on Instagram, and after you go on the AquaPhi YouTube and subscribe, and then after you go on the aquaphi.com and purchase your book, and after you do everything technological to do with the AquaPhi, then you can put it aside and play with your children or do your homework. But first, go on the AquaPhi and follow and subscribe and buy the book and let the machine overwhelm you then. And then after you do the AquaPhi, you can put it down. So everybody's going to say, oh, you don't have to, you can control it. But, when it comes to my product that's on the web, don't put it down just yet. Buy the AquaPhi first. Get the AquaPhi merchandise first. Surround yourself by it. And then put it down, enjoy your family, enjoy your brothers and sisters, go to school, do your homework, right? Listen to your teachers. Well, some places where you would want to control things, right? Everybody's together on the dinner table. The machines shouldn't control that, right? That's a family time. Everybody's together in the car, driving together. The machines should not be controlling that. When you're driving, the machine should not be making you lose focus on your driving. So, yeah, so I mean, sci-fi is bringing up to real life things that are very important, right? The machine should not be controlling you're getting up and going to work. Of course, you need the machine to beep your, you don't have alarms anymore. You have it in your phone. So yeah, you need the machine to beep so you can get up. But then while you're watching your favorite movies, not at work, so the machine shouldn't be controlling you then. So yeah, so sci-fi is playing on something that in real life, where you're almost causing accidents because of the machine, 5G and 6G. Yeah, so bring it to control the machine, right? And that's the thought in sci-fi, right? So when we're looking at the Matrix and I Am Robot and Terminator, that's the thought. Control the machine, not let the machine control you. Of course, in sci-fi, we tend to think further ahead because you're letting the machine control you, and the machine now has its own ability to think because of the ghosts in the machine. Now the machine is going to control you altogether because that mainframe machine has been plotting this all along. But in the meantime, outside of sci-fi, control the machine. Don't let it control you. All right. So control the machine. Go into theaquaphi.com and purchase the novel. Purchase the Aqua Phi gear with your favorite posters. So many wonderful posters in there. You love them. Look at the picture. Pick one you like. Go into check more info. Check. It gives it a red bubble, secure place. Purchase your Aqua Phi gear, the one that you love the most. And surround yourself with the Aqua Phi gear while you're reading the book, while you're watching the video. Download the Aqua Phi theme song. Listen to the music while you have the gear on, all around you, and the book. Right? So do all that, and then next week we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to talk about what will it take to go beneath the earth. We talk about under space. How can we get under space? What will that take? Let's talk about it next time.